Hello everyone and welcome to another webinar powered by Royal Cyber. My name is Ali and I'll be your host and one of the speakers for today. Now some ground rules for a smoother experience before we begin. If you cannot see my screen or hear me properly, kindly notify me at the chat window located at the right side of the pan. Now during the presentation you can post your questions and comments in the chat box anytime. Also, there will be a dedicated session for question and answers towards the tail end uh, of this presentation. Your questions will be answered in the sequence in which they are received. Additionally, you can post your questions or write to us for a follow-up information on the email ID shown here, info@royalcyber.com. Finally, we would love to hear back from you about today's session by completing a short survey, which will be shared towards the tail end. Okay, so in the next 45 minutes, we will discuss how to maximize efficiency, harnessing Mule Admin CoPilot for your task management. Now let's look at the agenda for today. We'll start by discussing the current challenges or the problem statement to fetch the information with the common challenges that usually all of the resources face and the solution to overcome these challenges or problem. We will then dive into Mule Admin CoPilot overview by looking at the solution high-level architecture, retrieving information with Mule CoPilot or without it, detailing some of the key features of Mule Admin CoPilot, leaning towards the return on investment of the solution. And finally, we will demonstrate the solution in action with a live demo, along with an offer that we have brought especially for our audience today, and conclude it with a question and answer session. Now, to present this topic, I'd like to introduce the speakers. By the way, that's me on the left-hand side. I'm the practice lead at Royal Cyber, focusing on helping customers get the best ROI on their digital transformation journeys. And along with me here is one of my great colleague, wonderful friend and a knowledgeable speaker, Mr. Heather Raza. Heather is a certified Mule solution architect and has a tremendous experience in architecting, designing and implementing MuleSoft for our customers globally and contributing towards this solution that we have developed. Now, first thing first, let's have a glance at Royal Cyber. We're a mid-size IT consulting and digital transformation company specialized in services, solutions, and softwares. We have over 2,000 plus employees globally. Our headquarters is in Naperville, Illinois, and we have a global presence with offices in Canada, the UK, Australia, and the Middle East. We do have multiple offshore development centers in India and other Asian countries. Our strategic partnership with several technology companies providing best of the breed software and solutions such as MuleSoft, Salesforce, SAP, etc., coupled with business agility and following the Sun delivery model makes the Royal Cyber an obvious choice for our customers globally. We have some of our awards and recognitions as well. Royal Cyber has been considered as one of the best places to work. At the same time, we have ISO 9001, 27001 certifications as well. And we've got some of the partner awards as well. Now, let's look at the problem statement. So, managing and executing routine administrative tasks can be time consuming, error prone, and resource intensive. As organization scales, the burden on the IT team and the administrators grow, leading to inefficiencies and bottlenecks. Traditional methods of handling these tasks often require manual intervention, resulting in delays, inconsistencies, and increased risk of human errors. Moreover, the growing complexities of systems and the need for real-time data processing adds to the challenges, making it difficult for the organizations to maintain seamless operations and stay agile in a rapidly evolving business landscape. Now, there is a pressing need for an intelligent solution that can automate these repetitive tasks, reduce manual workload, and enhance overall productivity. The solution must scale, provide efficiencies, and has a capability to seamlessly integrate with existing systems to support the growth and innovation. Now, in order to do that, we'd like to introduce Mule Admin CoPilot, which is an intelligent automation solution designed to streamline and optimize administrative tasks. Mule Admin CoPilot leverages the advanced AI and machine learning capabilities to automate routine processes, reducing the manual effort required by the IT team and the administrators. This solution enhances productivity by minimizing errors, accelerate task completion, and ensure consistency of execution across all operations. Now, Mule Admin CoPilot seamlessly integrate with your existing infrastructure, providing real-time insights, troubleshooting capabilities, and instant support to users. Its scalability allows it to adapt as an organization grows, ensuring that it handles increased workloads without compromising efficiency. And by automating the ubiquitous tasks, Mule Admin CoPilot empowers your team to focus on higher value activities, driving innovation and enabling your organization to stay agile and competitive in today's fast-paced business environment. Now, let's look at the solution overview and a kind of an architecture as well that will explain how the solution has been designed. So the architecture of Mule Admin CoPilot can be explained by breaking down into three components as we are showcasing in the slides, which is the interface, AI, and application and platforms. Now for the interfaces, user interacts with Mule Admin CoPilot through various communication platforms such as Microsoft Teams, Slack, and Google Chat. Now these platforms serves as a primary interface where user can issue command, ask questions, and receive responses. Now from an accessibility perspective, this approach makes Mule Admin CoPilot highly accessible as it integrates with common used workplace communication tools, ensuring that the user can easily access and utilize the AI capabilities directly within their existing workflows. With the help of AI, the core of the MuleSoft Admin CoPilot is powered by the advanced AI technologies that it integrates with AI models and platforms including Microsoft Copilot or MuleSoft Copilot or OpenAI or Salesforce Einstein Copilot or Google AI, combines all the AI module tailored for automating administrative tasks within the MuleSoft environment. Then we have the large language models, that is the underlying technology that supports the natural language to understand the user's question, enabling it to process and respond to complex queries, generate insights, and automate tasks with the high accuracy. And then we have the third layer, which is the application and platform. So it integrates with the enterprise system, and using the AI layer connects these to the various enterprise applications and platforms to execute these tasks. Some of these key tasks include Salesforce and MuleSoft and other platforms as well. So, and it uses the MuleSoft's APIs to actually consume and provide the response. The system is deeply integrated with Salesforce, allowing it to automate tasks related to CRM and customer data management. And then similarly for MuleSoft as a core platform, it enables seamless API management and integration, allowing the admin copilots to interact with a wide range of applications and services within the organization. And then from other platforms perspective, obviously, we can also integrate that with other platforms as well. So architecture is quite flexible so that it can connect with other applications and platforms as needed to ensure scalability and adaptability within different business environments. So how is the overall flow looks like? So the user actually initiates a task or a query via an interface using the Microsoft Teams or any other communication channels. The request is processed by the AI layer utilizing the integrated LLM and other AI models, and then the AI interacts with the relevant application or platform such as Salesforce or MuleSoft to perform the required or the requested task. And finally, the outcome or the response is sent back to the user through the original interface, completing the task automation cycle. So this architecture ensures that Mule Admin CoPilot can efficiently automate administrative tasks, streamline all the workflow, and provide real-time insights for the overall, easily accessible way to communicate with this tool. Now, before MuleSoft Admin CoPilot, there were increased complexities managing multiple servers with varying configurations and dependencies, as I've already talked about in my slides earlier. So, because of so many systems in place, it is always difficult and a complex structure to actually get an information at the right time. It is time consuming at the same time, troubleshooting and resolving issues that require significant time and effort. The real time monitoring is also difficult in maintaining and providing a quick access to the server statuses. It has an increased scalability issues while supporting a number of servers as the user grows obviously is not a possibility. There is an there is an inefficient communication between development and the operations team, and then a lot is dependent on the manual processes for information retrieval and issue resolutions. And then it ensures secure access and handling of all the server data. All the information remains in silos, so there is no knowledge base as such, and then it is always a difficult thing to maintain the compliance with industry standards and regulations. Now, introducing MuleSoft Admin CoPilot. So, first of all, it leverages the AI to provide instant answers and queries about MuleSoft infrastructure. It integrates seamlessly with the admin RESTful APIs exposed by the MuleSoft infrastructure, offers a user-friendly interface for both developers and managers, enhances productivity and decision making with the real time, providing it an easy to use case for most of the MuleSoft admins, like monitor your API performance and identify issues in real times, for the developers to access detailed error log and receive recommendations for fixes, infrastructure managers who want to optimize resources utilizations and ensure smooth API operations, and then for the business users to gain insights into the APIs performance and operational statuses. So all of this is quite user friendly for all type of categories of users. It enhances the productivity and empower the Mule developers, and obviously it will help you to reduce the support ticket size as well. Now, with Mule Admin CoPilot, what will happen is number one, it is easy to use. It is user friendly at the same time. You will get a better visibility of your infrastructure. It will provide all the real-time insights with accessing up to date server information and performance matrices, real-time API monitoring, provide real-time insights to the API statuses, CPU and memory configurations. It reduces the time spent on the troubleshooting and information gathering and bring in the efficiency. And the accessibility is very easy, so it is available anytime, anywhere for instant support. So for example, if there is an issue that came up, and in order for the organization to take a proactive approach, there can be an error raised on Slack, and then through that you can actually track and trace all of these things. Then from a customizability perspective, it allows you to tailor multiple roles response based on the user roles like developers, admin, infrastructure managers, etc. Then for the front end flexibility, it supports various chat interface like MS Teams, Slack, channels, or any other web portal, where your organization wants to stay as on for the chat box and create impactful communication. Then of course, it resolves the queries 10x faster, integrates into multiple channels, highly customizable, provides you the accurate data, provides you scalability and obviously less error prone. Now, these are some of the key features that we have identified over time while implementing this with our customers. So, number one, it generates the error reports and recommendations in order for you to fix the issues really quickly. Uh, it will help you to scan and report on all the audit logs, provide you the API search status on multiple environments. It supports all the runtimes, Cloud Hub 1.0, 2.0, RTF, hybrid, or BYOD, bring your own Kubernetes. And then it gets you with the up-to-date platform utilization information. It supports for multi-level business group and get notifications and alerts on your devices. Now, while enhancing the ROIs for MuleSoft Admin CoPilot, number one, it increases the efficiency. So it will help you to save the time, which is going to drastically reduce for the developers, and managers spend time on the troubleshooting and information retrieval. Uh, it will automate your routine queries and tasks, freeing up to resources for higher value activities. Then it will reduce the need for extensive support staff by leveraging AI driven solution. It decreases the cost associated with manual errors and efficiencies. Then it will provide you real-time data access, enables quicker and more informed decisions, allow teams to focus on strategic initiatives rather than repetitive tasks. And then you can always scale the solution as the business grows without a proportional increase in cost, and stay ahead with an AI driven approach that evolves with technological advancements. And then you can get more reliability and consistency of your customers while serving them at a better rate. And it will overall improve the service quality with a quick resolution time and proactive management. Now with that, I'd like to hand this over to my colleague Mr. Heather Raza, and he will showcase the live demo of this solution in action. And then once you will see the demo, we'll come back and talk about the exclusive webinar offer that we have today for our attendees. So over to you, Heather. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Let's get started with our demo for MuleSoft Anypoint Copilot. Let's first of all go to the demo tenant, and we can see like we have different applications running here. We can see we have applications running in Cloud Hub. We have applications running in Cloud Hub 2.0, like in shared space or in private space. We can view here that we have a couple of private spaces created, and then we have few instances of runtime fabric available as well. So first one is RTF appliance, which is in active state, and then we have a couple of other RTF self-managed Kubernetes instances, one running on AKS, and the other is in GKE. These two are in disconnected state. We have also a hybrid on-prem server, and we have a couple of applications deployed on this hybrid Mule runtime as well, which we can verify from here. So we have these two system APIs running on hybrid on-prem server. So this is our demo tenant that we are going to use today for our demo. So let's go to the MuleSoft Anypoint Copilot interface. This is the totally controlled basis on the basis of connected apps credentials. And through this, we control the access management or role-based access. So we have entered an admin connected app credentials, which have access to almost every functionality for our Anypoint Copilot. Later in the demo, we will see with connected app credentials, which has limited access. So we have entered our credentials. We have selected our org, which is the Royal Cyber Business Organization. And let's select Sandbox as the target environment. So I have some prompts written over here. I will start with these. So I'm interested to find all the APIs that are deployed in Sandbox environment. So this is giving me some useful information like the applications which are deployed in Cloud Hub, the name of the application, their status, the region in which they are deployed, when were they last deployed, and worker configuration for Cloud Hub 1.0 workers. So I don't need to like use any API or CLI command or like remember the URL for Anypoint platform and then log in and get that information. I can just readily get that information from my MS Teams interface. Similarly, I'm also able to view the APIs information which are deployed in Cloud Hub 2.0, whether the applications are deployed in a private space or they are deployed in any of the shared space. Similarly, I can view the applications that are deployed in runtime fabric. So these are applications and their status which are deployed in RTF appliance, and similarly, the applications which are deployed in AKS or RCG key, which is a self-managed Kubernetes instance. So I can view all the information. Let's see, for example, I am interested to view information of all APIs which are only in Cloud Hub 2.0. So now it has filtered and it has only provided me all applications which are relevant to Cloud Hub 2.0, whether they are in private space or in shared space. If I am interested to find the status of one particular application only, I can check the status of that application also. So Cloud 1 is the application that we are interested. So this is in started state. We can also verify this information from here. So Cloud 1 application deployed in Cloud Hub 1.0 is in started state. Let's, for example, we are interested to find the latest logs for the API named Hello RC. So here you can see that it has provided us the recent logs, whether those are info logs, application logs, or they are runtime like system generated logs. So both the logs are available here. We can also verify these logs from here. So you can see like there are some system logs as well as we have an application log here as well, which states that the Hello RC flow successfully started. Is the log statement over here. And the next prompt that we are interested is related to finding the API specs for a particular application. So let's check this one. So this is giving us the API specs for application name runtime fabric demo. Let's verify this information. So CPU limit is 1 core and reserved CPU is 20 millicores. So on the RTF, we have this application and the CPU limit is 1, whereas the reserved CPU is 20 millicores or 0.02 core. Next, for example, if we are able to find that, for example, if a particular application is available in, for example, uh, sandbox, QA, UAT, production, so until which environment that has been deployed and in which environment this application is up and in which environment this is stopped, we can run a prompt like this one. So this shows that an application, which is basically a system API, is Salesforce. So this is available in dev and QA environment only at the moment, and maybe it's not promoted yet to UAT and production, or maybe it's in stopped state there. Uh, but yeah, but from this we can infer that it has only been deployed to dev and QA environments. Otherwise, it would have showed this is in stop state in other environments. So this is good. We have next an application called IDB test. So we go and check what is the current status. So this is currently undeployed, right? So we can try to start this application. And the Copilot has prompted us that like this application has been started. Let's verify this from here. So you can see like this, the application uh, deployment has been started. So far good. So good. We have other categories of prompts available as well. For example, we can list all errors and exceptions that are occurring in a particular API. For example, error project. So it will. So we also saw this particular prompt where like we saw that like it was giving us all the latest logs, but this will only filter the error logs and provide us all the recent error to reception that are occurring in this error project. Not only it will list what are the latest exceptions or errors that are occurring in this API, but for each error it will also provide a brief summary like how that error can be resolved. So this is quite useful. We will see one example later in the demo about this scenario again, like how this can help us to identify like what is the error and how that can be resolved. Let's next go to audit logs because I am login with connected app credentials, which is having admin access, so I can access audit logs as well. So for our given time range, this is showing us the application audit logs. So we can verify this information, the audit log as well. So for example, Hamza Tareen has deployed or created, deleted, modified these applications like test Cloud Hub admin on date July 15th. So we can see like on July 15th, the Tareen has created an application test Cloud Hub admin. We can also view certain other type of information. For example, Cloud Hub has a feature that we can get notifications. This feature is not there in Cloud Hub 2.0, but let's see the type of alerts were generated for an application called Cloud One. So we can see like there are like quite few alerts that were generated, and the notifications are about memory alerts. So this API was using memory greater than the uh, threshold that was configured in the alert notification. Provide the current resource usage for this API. Check this one. So so this is quite useful, right? So it is showing that the current memory usage is 35%, and the current CPU usage is 2%. So I don't need to like go to any like monitoring tool or log into runtime manager to view these statistics. I can just get these specs, the up-to-date information about a particular API from my uh, Teams interface. So maybe like, for example, in the night I got an alert that one of my like worker is spiking due to memory or CPU issue, and I can just like quickly have a chat with Copilot and find like what is the current memory and CPU utilization. So this is quite useful. We can also see the health status of our hybrid runtimes. Uh, Sometimes we receive alert that the hybrid runtime has gone down. So we can quickly like have a chat with our Copilot and find like what is the health status of my hybrid runtime. So it is showing that the hybrid on-prem server is running in running state. We can also find like what is the status of APIs that are deployed on my hybrid runtime. So I can have like multiple hybrid runtimes, and I can get the API status on each of them. So we have like a couple of APIs only on our hybrid runtime, and they are both in started state. We can also view the status for our runtime fabric instances. And we can quickly see that like we have 3 RTF instances, and one of them is active and 2 of them are in disconnected state. It's also showing the version of RTF issues, the region in which they are deployed, and the number of nodes that they have. Next, we have like a very interesting prompt about the overall organization level details. So I am able to know like the core consumption at the moment. So this is giving me like I am using total 1.2 V cores in production. I'm using total of 3.9 V cores in sandbox environments, whether they are like dev, sandbox, UAT, QA, etc. So cumulative, I'm using 3.9. So this is quite useful if you want to find the course consumption at a particular time. I can also find my default region, max static IPs I have, how many sandbox workers do we have. So I'm using like 4.4 sandbox workers. Um, I want like complete organization details. So this is giving me a summary of the organization detail. So my Royal Cyber tenant, the default region is the US East 2. I have total like 11 production workers. And these are the configurations available for deploying an API in Cloud Hub 1.0. I have total like a total of 4 static IPs available, and I have used one of the static IPs, um, and I don't have any VPNs or VPCs in this tenant. So we already discussed like we have a prompt available which can give us the all the errors that are occurring recently in our API, and a brief summary of how to fix that error as well. So we will see a detailed prompt now for that. So for example, there's a API. This is basically a electronic data interchange example. So maybe we received EDI payload. You can see like this is a 850 purchase order EDI that we received from a vendor, and maybe like this failed for some reason, and we want to have a uh, basically overview like what is wrong with this API. So we can ask like simply the Copilot to explain us like what is wrong with this API and how that can be fixed. So for each segment of our 850 message, it has updated us like what is wrong in that segment. So this is very detailed information regarding what is the issue in each segment. So there are some segments which have missing data. There are some incorrect data that is available. So and it has also provided a corrected EDI format. So this was quite useful. Next, we can also use the admin CoPilot for some development related aspects. For example, I'm interested to generate a simple Mule flow, which can trigger an email whenever a case is created in Salesforce. So this is an example of that scenario. So here we go. So we got the simple MuleSoft XML flow that we can try in our Anypoint Studio. That it also telling me like what I need to configure before running this flow, and then a short explanation what this code is doing. So this was quite useful. Next, let me show you like how we can change the context and log in with a different user so that we have like a different set of permissions. So let me stop share and copy my credentials. So I'm now logging with a connected app credential, which is, for example, for a developer role. So there will be certain permissions for prompts which should not work. Okay, I have logged in. Let me share my screen again. Okay. So let's, for example, try to run show me a list of all deployed APIs in Cloud Hub 2.0. Okay, I have to select the business group and well, here you can see like I'm not able to view the production now. So I'm only able to view the sandbox environment. Let's select one of the sandbox environment, which is sandbox. And now if I run the prompts, so I will be able to run the normal prompts, right? But I should not be able to run certain prompts. For example, I should not be able to fetch the audit logs. So I get an alert that I am unauthorized to perform this operation. So we can limit like the environments, we can limit the operations that are not permissible for a certain role through this mechanism. So this was all about the MuleSoft Anypoint CoPilot. So hopefully like it gives you a good overview how useful is this one, and that you don't need to like rely on a MuleSoft admin to like get the current state of your infrastructure. Uh, Whether you are like an admin or a manager or a developer, you can like quickly chat at any time of day with your MS team and get the up-to-date information about your infrastructure. Thank you.